Laid back extrovert. I would say that about myself because I get along with everybody on the team. I have a big personality and I like to talk to everybody and joke around a lot. And being on the team is one of my favorite parts of playing sports.
I would say that as an athlete, I characterize myself as a very self-motivated and encouraging person. I am very diligent in when I'm working on stunts and skills myself, but I'm also very excited and I love to encourage others.
So I consider myself an extrovert as an athlete. I have a pretty big personality. I get along with a lot of different people on the throughout the team. There's no one that I really don't get along with on the team. And also over the years, I have built strong relationships with my coaches. Like a lot of my high school coaches, even college coaches, I have a really good relationship with, and still keep in touch with them constantly.
I would say that I'm extroverted and focused because I'm on the team. I hype everybody up. I'm also focused and getting ready for the game.
I would say that I'm disciplined because when you're an athlete, you have to go to all your lifts and you have to go to all your practices. A lot of the time we do a lot of pickups just for your own spare time, so you have to be very organized and scheduled. So it takes a lot of discipline to be able to balance that with your extracurriculars as well as your academics.
All right, I would describe my personality as an athlete, pretty extroverted with warm-ups and just getting ready for the actual events that I'm about to get into. Then once I'm actually in the event, I'm just in my head, I'm kind of off to myself. I wouldn't say introverted, but I mentally prepare myself for whatever I'm about to do and then go from there.
In my personality as an athlete, I would say I'm very driven, focused, disciplined. Overall, I'd say I'm just a leader on the field.
All right, as an athlete, I think I'm a leader as well. I'm focused, determined, and I kind of like to make people laugh to kind of ease the tension.
I think my personality as an athlete, especially in college, has taught me to be a lot more disciplined and also to hold myself accountable for things on and off the field.
I feel like my nerves affect me in a way that I'm already a very excited and ambitious person, so I feel like when I have my nerves, I become more excited and ambitious than normal, which I feel like excites other people and makes them have the same energy as myself, which I think is a good thing.
So nerves really only affect me for games. Before games, I get butterflies in my stomach. Not so I was nervous, more I was excited to get going and playing. And I also thought that the butterflies also kind of gave me a little bit a little extra boost going into games because of how excited I was going into them.
I definitely get nervous before games up until tip-off. I psych myself out. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna let my team down. I get nervous we'll lose, so I just get really anxious. But once we start playing, the nerves just go away and I just focus.
So when it comes to nerves, I really don't have a lot when it comes to practices. I'm among my friends and I kind of do my own routines. But when I get to competition, I'm competing against other schools, I do feel some nerves. So normally when I get nerves, it's kind of my heart's beating fast in my chest and it's kind of like an adrenaline rush. Get very excited, and for some people that really helps them when they compete. For me personally, I try to calm down, go to the same routines as normal. And I just try to relax and do what I know I've been practicing to do. One of the things that actually distracts me is when you're at practice, nobody's cheering for you. But when you get into a meet or competition, everyone's cheering your name and everyone wants you to do very well. So that kind of puts me a little bit on my routine.
I get nervous before games because I have really high expectations for myself, and I'm afraid to just not be able to perform the way I want to. And some things that happen are I just get flustered and my heart starts to race and I get butterflies.
Yeah, I think that what makes me nervous is just the same thing, performing to my expectations, kind of letting my other teammates down. And I think it affects me because I kind of get in my own head and then perform worse, but I kind of have to talk myself out of that.
I definitely am worried about disappointing myself and my teammates most, but it's a game of failure. You're going to fail a lot, and so it's important to realize that when you do struggle that it's going to come. You just have to get over that and move on.
When I get nervous from sports, I like to try and do some deep breathing exercises. I try to take a conscious breath and think about where I am, who's around me, and just live in the moment and don't think too much into what I'm doing.
When I deal with stress as an athlete, I more so cope with stress of any type by just running and by being more physically active to keep my mind off of the stresses from something else that might be going on in my life, as well as listening to music or just distracting myself with other things.
So for me personally, like before games, to calm myself down, I just like listen to music like all morning or all afternoon. Like leading up to games, I feel like music really helps me like relax. And then even during games and after games or practices, I just kind of I'll just kind of like take a second, take deep breaths, just kind of relax, collect my thoughts, and just kind of think about what I need to do, or what the job is I need to get done.
I find helpful is dancing with my teammate Jordan in the locker room. We just kind of blast music and all go crazy just to let all the nerves out and just have fun, yeah.
When I start to feel stressed at athletic competition and I'm trying to kind of put that on the back burner, some of the things I do is I like to take deep breaths. I like to go to a specific routine before I throw. But honestly, I like to keep it kind of just loose and fun. So I do what I do at practice, and I joke around with my teammates and I talk to them, and I just try to keep things nice and light.
Some things I like to do to cope with stress are, first of all, listen to music. That really gets me in the zone sometimes before games especially. Another thing I like to do is meditate. It just really seems to relax me and calm me down.
Some of the things that I do to relieve the stress or the nerves are A, listen to music. I think that really helps me calm down. And 2, I like when my teammates kind of get involved and say, like, listen, it's going to be all right. It's just a game. Just play your game.
When it comes to stress, especially in competition, I try and focus more on just having fun and worrying about playing the game that I love to play rather than worrying about who's on the other side or who's the other team. Really just worried about having fun and going through the game of baseball the way it's supposed to be played.
So what motivates me to do my sport was being a part of the team. I love the guys on my team. I felt like I built a great relationship with them and a great repertoire over the past 4 years. So it would have been really hard to say goodbye to that. Also, I get a sense of accomplishment when we're in practice and we have a really hard drill or a really hard task to do, and I get it done without getting yelled at, or I just do it seamlessly. So yeah, I like being a part of the team, and I like the sense of accomplishment after completing a task.
What motivates me to stay active in my sport is that I genuinely love it. I love doing it. I love my team. They're a great support system, and I would never want to let down someone else on my team, so that keeps me going.
What motivates me to play my sport is just the team aspect of it. I've been playing football and basketball since I was about 5 years old. So just the team aspect and not want to let your teammates down when you go on the field or court really just kind of motivates me. A lot of my closest friends throughout life have been through football, basketball, or other sports. So it just really motivates me to be the best teammate I can, and also has taught me a lot of life goals.
I would say that it's more about wanting to win. I'm very competitive. I just always want to beat everybody, so I just want to win. I want to win a championship. I want a MAC ring. I just want to win. That's really it.
So what motivates me is I like to take little goals that I can achieve every meet. So for example, if it's something for the school record, I'm going for that school record. That is my goal for the meet. If it's to qualify for MACs, that's my goal for that meet. If I looked at the roster and I know it can hit top 3, maybe top 1 in placements, then that's my goal. So every meet I go in there with something that I can achieve, and that's what motivates me.
One thing that motivates me is winning and the success that comes with that and all the intrinsic rewards.
I think what really motivates me as well is the winning part and also just the love of the game.
I think it's a mixture of both. I really do love the process that it takes, but that process is what leads to winning. So if you're not willing to go through all that process, then you're not going to be able to win. So I love the process itself, and then I love the result, which is winning championships and banners.
My motivation for continuing my sport is to just get better every day, because I've recently picked up the the rain is picking up. I recently picked up the decathlon, and I'm learning most of the events now, and just increasing, getting better in pole vault or high jump, anything every day is just motivation enough. And I want to qualify for nationals, so I have a goal that I'm going for.